Shalom, ladies and gentlemen. Today, as always, we'll be talking about our weekly Torah portion, Parshas Shelach, the send yourself for yourself spies, and you, I'm sure, familiar with the story. This is where it all started, all our problems. That Moshe sends spies to the land of Israel. They come back, they say we cannot conquer this land. Then we sentence for 40 years in the desert. The whole generation is gone. But this day was the beginning of all the troubles, all the turmoils throughout our history. This was 9th of Av. I think this is so much relevant today as well, because there is the idea that the Jewish people, they cannot win. They cannot win. Is it from the Jewish boy that should die on the cross and suffer and purify the entire world, to the limitations of the Jewish access to the country clubs and colleges, from the Judaic wars to UN that will always vote against Israel? There is a culture that would be developed through millennials, through thousands of years. The Jewish boy must suffer. The Jewish boy must die. But that is not the only problem. The problem is that we, as a Jewish people, we're not used to win. We are constantly trying to hide that we're Jewish. We're afraid to win. As our modern leaders, they are thinking only about what other nations will think about us, instead of thinking about security of their own people. They're ready to give up, to capitulate, to lose, just not to win. This is what scares them. It's all started then, in the desert, when the Jewish people were standing in the border of the land of Israel, future land of Israel, and the princes, generals, warlords, or whoever you call them, the leaders of the Jewish people, were sent to spy the land, to bring the information. Then coming back, they say, we can conquer this land. They say, we were like grasshoppers in the eyes of the local nations. And there's a famous question, it's brought in Rashi as well, was emphasized by Kotzkirov. How did they know how they look like in the eyes of the other nations? They didn't speak to them. They were spies. They were top secret on a top secret mission. Nobody saw them. How they knew what they're saying about them? The only thing that they knew, what they think about themselves. And for the fact, when 40 years later the Jewish people entered the land of Israel, what happened? They say, where you been? We were so scared, we were trembling, we were melting out of fear of what Hashem made for you, for the Jewish people at the splitting of the Red Sea. So where was the problem? It's very hard, and maybe not even true, to assume that those spies, the Jewish princes and generals, they went on the mission already knowing that they're gonna fail. They cannot conquer this land. They wanted to stay in desert. But the main problem is they were afraid of winning. And we cannot blame them. This is a generation that comes from the slavery, from the slavery state of mind, for today we call the exiled Jew, the Jew that is hiding from other nations, that is afraid, in the first place afraid of his own greatness. The wars are not won by the airplanes and aircrafts and the tanks and the military, no. The wars are won by spirits. And only when we will believe that we can win, that the Jewish boy should not die, we will believe in ourselves, we will believe in our complete victory, then this land will be completely ours. Thank you very much. Good luck. I see you next week.